Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is Connie Lau, Chairman and CEO of Hawaiian Electric Industries Inc., an American savings bank. She also leads the Hawaii Bankers Association and is in U.S. Banker magazine, ranking as one of the 25 most powerful women in banking in the U.S. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Connie Lau. Welcome to our show, Connie.
Thank you, Carrie, and thank you, Evan. It's great to be here.
So, Connie, could you tell us a little bit about your position at American Savings Bank?
Yes, I'm president and CEO, and as you mentioned, just added the position of chairman of the board. And so I'm really responsible. It's kind of the position where the buck stops. I'm responsible for the entire company and all of the employees and our customers. And so I do things like set the long-term vision and the strategy and make sure that our operations are really good and sound and customers are well cared for.
Now, I read that you're also CEO of Hawaiian Electric Industries. These are two huge entities. How do you actually manage that? It's hard to manage just one. How do you manage two?
It's really funny because I was actually talking to a bunch of high school students the other day. And, if you think about people's lives, even high school kids, they do sports, they do music, they're studying, they want to go to college. They maybe even have a job on the side. And so I think everybody actually kind of learns how to balance and juggle, maybe. And so it's not much different between being CEO of American Savings Bank and CEO of Hawaiian Electric Industries. It's just a matter of juggling.
What are some secrets about managing your time that maybe you can share with us?
Really important to focus on where you individually can add value, because lots of times there are jobs that actually you may not be the best person to do, and someone else might be better at doing that. That was certainly true when I first came to American Savings Bank. It's kind of like all the decisions ended up in the president's office, including things like setting deposit rates, the interest rates that we pay on deposits. And I said, you know what? I'm not the best person to set those rates. Those people in our retail line of business that are actually watching what everybody else in town pays, what interest rates are doing in the capital markets, are probably better suited to doing that. And so, we change some of the processes, and, you get the decisions to the right people.
And how were you able to feel comfortable knowing that you would be giving up this, it's kind of like power, right? And, passing it on to people that you're going to cross your fingers and say, do the right thing because you're representing the company. But all in all, it's really going to come down to you, right?
But that's exactly the key, right? The key is that you have to set the tone, that everybody is marching in the same direction and they're all going to do the right thing. And the right thing is generally defined in business as the right thing for the customer. And if we're all on the same wavelength, that you don't have to worry about power. And so a lot of people talk about power, but to me, that's probably one of the least important things. An example would be if I had to, mandate that an employee do something. That's probably the worst thing to do. I don't like to do that. I'd rather, leadership is really about inspiration, about motivation. It's really more about the heart and the soul than it is about the mind. And when you have to control people by exercising power, then I think you've already lost the game.
Tell us what your management style is like then. In some companies, you would mandate it by policy and procedure and bureaucracy and so on. How do you guys get the most out of your team, your workforce?
Well, that's the key. It's teamwork. I believe in visionary organizations, not visionary leaderships. And so, as I rebuilt American Savings Bank, we really put an emphasis on building the entire team. And frankly, building an entire team starts from individuals. And so, we looked for great individuals, and we had a number of them in the company. And then what you do is you look for kind of that special contribution that each person can make, and you kind of encourage it. And I guess the mastery is in pulling all of these individual skills and experiences and backgrounds together in this wonderful mix where everybody supports everybody else, right? Because we know, sometimes some people have certain strengths, other people have different strengths, we all have weaknesses, but somehow when you bring everybody together in a team, then we all work together.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.